Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this special day at Houston Baptist University. Just before we get started, I want to let you know that we have several coaches and student athletes from HBU available to you after Commissioner Burnett and Athletic Director Steve Maniaci and President Sloan are finished speaking. If you just get with me after that, we'll be happy to make any of those folks available to you. So first off, I want to introduce Southland Conference Commissioner Tom Burnett.
Well, thank you, Russ. We certainly appreciate the welcome. Good afternoon to everyone. It's great to be here in Houston. I would want to start by thanking Dr. Sloan for the great hospitality, Athletic Director Steve Maniaci for all the hard work that he has done throughout this process that we're going to tell you a little bit more about here today. Some of you are here and may remember we had a site visit to HBU a couple of weeks ago. I will tell you that site visit was fantastic for our visiting administrators that came to Houston. Although we were here just 2 weeks ago, I will tell you our process with the university has really taken well over a year. It's been maybe on the fast track at some times, a little slower, maybe not at the speed that the university would have wanted it to be, but we had to move through our process, and that speed would change from time to time. But we are happy to report the site visit really solidified our thoughts about possible membership in the Southland Conference. HBU is a great institution. It has a greater future. You sit down with Dr. Sloan for 5 minutes and you get a real clear picture of that, of what he thinks and what the Board of Trustees plans for this university in the future. And so for a couple of days now, I've been thinking about, the Southland Conference. Originally my thought was we were betting on a great future here at HBU, but in college athletics, betting is not a good word to use. So instead, Dr. Sloan, I think I've revised that to faith in the future at this campus, and certainly appropriate, but a mutually beneficial future for both the university and the conference that equals competitive success. Football has been a very big part of this process, and it's something that we're very proud. The Southland Conference is a football league, has been for nearly 50 years. This week we're really proud. We've got the #1 FCS football team in the country at Sam Houston State. They will be the #1 seed in the national NCAA playoffs this weekend, or starting this weekend. And we also have a second team, Central Arkansas, in the national playoffs. So when we think about HBU and a possible football future here, we are think of all the excitement, all the activity that will come to campus, the engagement of students and alumni for something really special during the fall. And of course, like today, the media attention and of course the fan following that will come with that. So we're very excited about the football opportunity here at HBU. A little bit about the city of Houston and the metropolitan area that is so very important to all of us in the Southland Conference, even though we've never had an institution here in the city. But I know a lot of the coaches are here. Every Division I program in the country recruits Houston. Certainly they do in the Southland Conference, so that's very important to us. We pull about 20,000 students per year onto our campuses out of Metro Houston. That's a significant number. We've got 90, maybe 100,000 alumni here in the metropolitan area that went to our other Southland Conference schools. So this is a very important area for us. The idea of competing here on a more regular basis. Of course, we have our basketball tournament out in Katy every spring. That's important, but the idea of coming into the city and playing on a regular basis, I know is very important for all of our coaches and our athletic administrators and all of our, again, our alumni and students that come from this area and will probably be coming to campus to see their teams play. There's been talk about and plans for a special event center. That's something that's very exciting for all of us in the Southland as well. Very excited to learn of those plans, showcase facility for HBU, our conference, and certainly the city as a whole. Quickly for HBU fans, I would want to say you're going to really enjoy following our conference. It's a fun league. It's a very tough league. The competitiveness is at a very high level, but we've got great rivalries. We've got really good short travel to our member institutions. And of course, again, those visiting fans will be coming to Houston on a more regular basis as well. Something maybe for the coaches, and especially I know there's some student athletes here today. I really want to tell the student athletes that the Southland Conference goes above and beyond in its efforts to celebrate, really embrace its student athletes. We want this to be the highest and best possible competitive opportunity that you're going to have in your lives. Some of you may not play athletics beyond this level, so we have an obligation to make it the best we can be, and we try to do that with great schedules, championship events. The commissioner always wants good officiating, make everything fair, and but at the end of the day, you're going to be successful. You're going to play close to home. You're going to experience, again, meaningful rivalries. You're going to play, coaches might like this, now you're going to play for NCAA berths on an automatic basis. So I know that's a very exciting thing for you, as it is for all of us. But at the end of the day, you're going to be competitively successful. You're going to achieve academically. The geographic proximity, something that has gotten completely lost in Division I conference realignment these days. You're going to be able to get home. You're going to be able to go to class. You're going to be able to be better in the classroom. And we're not going to fly you across multiple time zones. We're here in the central time zone. I think all of our zip code starts with a 7, so you're going to be close to home, and we think that's very important and a great feature of our conference. So we think the recipe's there for great things, a great mutually beneficial relationship in the future. And I'm just really happy to report, Dr. Sloan and Steve and everyone here in the room, that our presidents, our board of directors have unanimously approved membership offer effective July 1st, 2013 for Houston Baptist University. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. You know, I was sitting there thinking, when I was a younger guy, I had my notes for my speeches about the same size as Tom's there. Now I'm getting older, I can't see as well, so you can see my notes are much bigger, so bear with me. It is Thanksgiving week, and of course the first thing we always think of during Thanksgiving week is that we must give thanks to the Lord for the many blessings that He's bestowed on all of us in this room here today. But in the athletic department here at HBU, we are very, very thankful, obviously, that the Southland Conference recognized the positive contributions that HBU could make to their conference. We are also very, very thankful for the faculty, the staff, and the student body here at HBU for all the work that they have done to help us get to where we are today. We're thankful for our student athletes, many of which chose HBU when we didn't have much of an athletic identity, and we were playing our conference contests in a far-flung conference called the Great West. We have competed well in that conference, and we will continue to compete well in that conference and win conference championships in that conference until such time as we can start winning conference championships in the Southland Conference. We are also very, very thankful for the support of the Board of Trustees of this university, because without their wisdom, without their guidance, without their support, we could have never gotten to this point today. The other thing that I think about when I think about Thanksgiving is the start of the Christmas season. And even though Christmas really isn't about giving gifts and receiving gifts, I feel like maybe in that respect, Christmas has come a little early this year to HBU, because today we have been given a fantastic gift by the Southland Conference. We have been given the gift of a permanent athletic home for almost all of our athletic teams. We have one team, our men's soccer team, who will not compete in this league, but every other team that we have will compete for many years to come in this league. This is a league with almost 50 years of athletic competition. They somewhat mirror our own history here at HBU. And so we just hope that down the line we can continue to contribute, make a positive contribution to that conference, and help develop a further history for that conference. This gift has been given obviously to our athletes and our coaching staff because, as Tom said, now when, and I don't say if, I say when, we win conference championships in that league, we will immediately progress on as the automatic qualifier to the NCAA championships. It is also a gift that is given to our fans. Again, as Tom said earlier, it's the opportunity for our fans not only now to see us play here on our own campus, but to have the opportunity to travel to relatively close proximities to see us play and to develop rivalries. And you develop rivalries because you live next door to or you work with somebody from one of those other schools. That's not something we've been able to say in the past, and it's not something that you can say in a lot of leagues across the country right now, but it is most definitely something that we can say about the Southland Conference, and we are extremely happy about that. The other gift today that Tom has given us is to the institution of HBU, because after today we get to take a seat at the table with the other fine institutions that the Southland Conference represents, and that truly is a step up for Houston Baptist University. Now, we're not where we need to be yet. I'll tell you that for a fact. We have teams that we have to start. We have sports that we have to start. We have facilities that we need to get built, and we've got money that we've got to raise. But I'll tell you this much. We're a lot further along than we were 5 years ago when we started this venture, and after today, we're a darn sight closer to where we want to be than where we were. Finally, for me, I will say this. What I'm very thankful for this Thanksgiving season and the gift that I've received is the gift of being able to come to work at this fine institution every day and to work for a gentleman that I consider to be, without a doubt, the best president in the NCAA and maybe in all of academia. And I'm talking about, of course, Dr. Robert Sloan. So help me to welcome him to the podium, if you will, please, Dr. Robert Sloan.
Steve, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Steve is very generous in his remarks, and I thank you, Steve, for that. Thank you for that kind introduction. Commissioner Burnett, it is so good to have you on the campus. I want to, before I respond to your invitation, I want to say that this is such a historic moment for Houston Baptist University. And I want to thank the coaches of this university, the student athletes who for the last several years have worked very hard to position the university under the leadership of Steve Maniaci so that we can compete at this level, so that we can have an invitation from an outstanding conference such as the Southland Conference. This is truly a historic moment for us. I want to say thanks to the trustees of the university because of the work that they have done. They have planned, they have worked, they have dreamt the dream, and they have been absolutely inextricably linked to the process, the planning, the implementation, and of course the decision-making for a time such as this. I want to say thank you to the Executive Council of HBU. These are the leaders, athletic director, others across the university who spend all of their time thinking about the future of HBU, who spend their time thinking about what we can become and how can we become better day in and day out. I want to say thank you to the faculty of the university. Tom has mentioned already the outstanding group of people who met on the site during the site visit, faculty and staff who met with the Southland Conference site team. Their energy, their enthusiasm, their knowledge, their commitment to NCAA compliance, their commitment to athletics, their commitment to the vision of the university and the kind of university we can be, and the influence of athletics for that kind of university is remarkable. And Tom commented to me when he made that phone call to me last Wednesday afternoon, that was the first thing that he said. He remarked about our faculty and our staff and the impressive job you all did of preparation and of making our guests feel welcome. I want to say thank you to the students of the university. It's because of you that we are here. We labor on behalf of the students. We want the students of the university to have an outstanding experience. We want you to grow morally and spiritually. We want you to grow personally and academically and socially. And we think athletics brings together all those kinds of influences that can make a university great and can give you the kind of experience that influences you for the good. So Tom Burnett, Commissioner of the Southland Conference, on behalf of the trustees of Houston Baptist University, on behalf of our faculty, our staff, our students, and our alumni, we gladly and with faith and joy accept this invitation for membership in the Southland Conference.
Thank you. That's been great. You bet. You bet.
And we have, as has been indicated already, the remarkable challenge of facilities, fundraising, but most of all, we do what we do for the total experience of our students. And we have committed to play football. So by the fall of 2014, we will have, we believe, a strong team on the field. And we look forward to our membership, which begins July the 1st, 2013, for all of our sports. Thank you so much for being here. And again, thanks to Steve, thanks to Tom Burnett.